Doug Karsh at Yost Ice Arena for AmGoBlue.com, along with head coach of the Michigan hockey program, Red Berenson, coach with a big weekend game against Michigan State coming up. But let's talk about the sweep of Alaska. You guys moving to first place. You've been playing awfully well of late.
Well, two close games, Doug, and if you were at the games, you would remember the parts of the games that concerned me were the chances that we gave Alaska in those games. And the first game ended up being a 2-0 shutout, but Hunwick had to be good for that shutout. We were outshot, outchanced in the game, but we scored the goals we needed. And the next night, I thought they were the better team right from the get-go, and yet both teams, I mean, we had the chances in the first period on Saturday were 9-8, and both teams had their chance to maybe separate themselves. We ended up with a 1-0 lead, and we were lucky to win that game. The second period was anyone's game, end-to-end, chance after chance. Defensively, I thought we were poor. Offensively, we were lucky.
Coach, you talk about the Michigan State game. The last time you played them, you said they were the better team. You now say Alaska's the better team in 2 straight games, yet you guys have won 5 in a row. You've moved into first place. You got games in hand on second place. How are you winning if you keep thinking the other team's a better team?
Well, I mean, I think we can play better, Doug. I really think we have to play better defensively. And offensively, we're getting some balanced scoring. We're getting some lucky puck luck, if you would. You know, we've been through stretches where we didn't get any puck luck, but we're getting some now. Our defense are definitely chipping in with some important goals for us. And our power play is helping us a little more than it did. And our penalty killing is a little better. And our goalkeeping has been really solid, and all those things combined are keeping us competitive.
Well, Merrill and Maffey both chip in with goals this weekend, and you just mentioned the defense and their ability to help out offensively. That has been one of the themes in this kind of second half of the season since the break.
No question. You know, we've had goals from a number of defensemen that, for one reason or another, Mac Bennett scored a nice goal for us against Michigan State a couple of weeks ago, and you've seen Berlon score, and Maffey had 3 goals in a row, game after game. So in these close games, every goal is precious, and when you get a goal from your defense, it seems to be a bonus.
So why is it happening?
Well, I think if we get the puck in the other team's zone and they're collapsing 5 guys down low and we get the puck back to the defense are open. Can they get a shot through? Can we get traffic in front of the net? Can we get deflections or screen shots? And I think that's what's happening.
If I'd gone back a year ago and said your goalie, Sean Hunwick, will be leading you to shutout wins and taking you to first place, and one of your leading scorers will be Scooter Vaughn, what would you say?
I'd be surprised. Hunwick was our 3rd goalie. Last year he took over as our 2nd goalie. He had never started a Division I game, and we didn't expect him to have to. But when Hogan got hurt and he came in, he proved that he had the confidence and that he had the team support around him. And now he's got the experience, and a year later he's got 30 games behind him, and he's definitely a big part of the reason our team's doing well. And Scooter Vaughn has been a defenseman who we converted to forward. He's played a 4th-line role because he's a good defensive player, but this year he's found ways to score goals. He's one of our top goal scorers, so good for him, and that means coaches don't know everything.
Let's talk a little bit about Michigan State coming up this weekend. You split a series with them a couple weeks ago, the single game, and they get news this week that Rick Conley, their coach, is retiring, which can inspire a team.
Well, there's no question their team will be on fire. I mean, that's a surprise move, and from a coaching perspective, and you know, I don't know what's going on at Michigan State, but I know one thing: they have a lot of pride. They have a good team, and they have a good coach, and this will be a good test for us.
And obviously, you brought out maybe the best in them a couple weeks ago. They beat you on Friday, and as you said, they played better on Saturday.
They played well against us, and even the Big Chill game, we got the goals. We got some luck in that game and the early goals, and then they couldn't crawl back in the game. They outshot us in that game, but nevertheless, this will be a good game. They're a good team, and we've got to play better.
And this time of year is when people start looking at things like pairwise rankings and all that, and I know you take them one game at a time, but all these games can help you get a top seed.
Well, we've got 9 games left in our league, Doug, and they're tough games. And it starts with the Michigan State, and then you know the schedule. We've got Miami and Western and Ohio State and so on. But it starts with this game on Saturday. We've got all week to prepare for it, and this is a big game. So whether or not that changes the standings, we don't have any control over that. But we've got to play better hockey if we're going to be successful in these remaining 9 games.
Coach, best of luck.
Good. Thanks, Doug.